Hey guys, it's Nicole. Welcome back to Chronicles of a Crafter. So today I was going through my stash looking for ideas to make tags to put into my little Bumble Bee Junk Journal, and I found some scrap that I hadn't used in the process of chopping up paper, etc. And I found these two patterns right here, which I just glued to a piece of cardstock and made this cute little tag, which got me thinking, right? So I went through my stash and pulled out some of these are laundry tags, and they have little numbers on them, so they're in sequential order, but I was going to use these into in that journal as well, just a little something to play with. You can use it as journaling space, or recreate a tag of your own, whomever purchases that journal, which also got me thinking, right? So all the juices are flowing. So now I'm thinking, all right, so if I'm going to do this tag, I might as well do like a weekly tag challenge. And you guys do not have to participate in my challenges. It's just something for me to keep on track as I'm going through the weeks, doing videos, etc. It's just something to keep the creative juices flowing. So that's why I come up with these challenges. Again, you do not have to participate, but here's what I came up with, and I know it's probably hard to see, so I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. I'm calling this the weekly tag challenge, and I'm basically going to do this for 8 weeks, and I came up with 8 categories of tags that I want to make, and 8 materials, or 9 materials really, of things that I can use on my tags, as well as the toppers for those tags. I'm going to do some of these as well. So let's just go through it, right? So I want to do a washi tag, because that's what I was going to do in this little journal right here. I was getting ready to make a washi tag, and then I was like, wait a minute, I can make a belly band tag. I can also make a tag with a side tuck. Like, all these things just started popping through my head, and I'm like, yes, I'm going to do this. So I'm going to call it like a mass make, and you don't really have to call anything a mass make. If you make 2 or more of something, it's probably a mass make. But I'm going to do at least 4 tags per week within that video, and the tag size that I'm thinking about doing is maybe like a 5x7. This way I can probably turn it into a tag journal. So yeah, things are happening, like, the wheels are spinning. And of course, I didn't come up with this idea solely on my own. This came from AZ. She requested me to make like a tag a week or a tag a day type of thing, and I've been putting it off and prolonging it long enough, simply because like I had so many other projects going on, and I really wanted to get through some of them, like the index card Scrabble piece challenge, for example, which took 26 weeks. So yeah, now I'm ready to do this little tag challenge, and I'm going to do these tags right here. So I'm definitely going to do a washi tag, then I'll do some belly band tags, a side tuck tag, a front pocket tag, a tuxedo tag, a swing tag with a hidden pocket, and I think I've done a video something like that before with the interactive tag. I'm going to do a multi-layer tag, and then an envelope tag. So those are the 8 weeks that I'll be looking at doing tags in this process, in this challenge. And I'll be using things like, for the material, I'll use like newspaper, book page. I'll stamp on some tags. I'll do washi stickers. I'll use people in my tags, stencils, rub-on transfers. I'll use some pretty paper from a paper pack, and receipts in ledger paper. So there's the materials that I'll be using in order to create these tags. Of course, it'll mostly be paper. So unless I do a fabric tag, there's an idea. Anyway, so as for the toppers, so yeah, you can top your tags with anything, right? So I'm going to do ribbon, some paper tabs, eyelets, clothespin, 3D raised pieces, so like Scrabble piece, pom-poms, buttons, flowers or felt, etc. So speaking of that, let me just show you some of the things that I've been pulling through my stash for what I want to do with those toppers. So these are some floral little flower petals. These are pre-buttoned, or at least I've glued these buttons on these flowers a while ago, and then just tossed it back into my stash because that's how I want to use it. And this is not considered a button topper. My actual button toppers look like buttons, right? So I have a bunch of buttons, all different sizes, shapes, and colors, and we'll be using those as a tag topper. as well. And then I have pom-poms. So these are pom-poms that I made simply by gluing them onto a plastic coated paper clip. So it looks like that. And and there's another one, and I should have one more. Oh, little one, a little gold one. All right, so those are the tag toppers that I'll be using in the form of a pom-pom. I have, of course, I'm sorry, not index cards. I have Scrabble pieces. So yeah, I'm going to use the ones that have like the most point value. For whatever reason, I feel like I should at least use the X, Y, and the Z. Oh no, I don't even think the Y had a lot of point value, but I'll use the X, the Z, the J, and the A, and the K, and those have probably the most point values as far as what I can find in my stash. I also have some paper clips or clothespins, not paper clips. These are clothespins. These are little crafty clothespins. You can get these at Michael's, the Dollar Tree, Hobby Lobby, or Joann's, I believe, even carries these. So yeah, yeah, these are my little clothespin toppers, and this will be the simplest topper. Just put a little bit of glue right there, put it on the back of the tag, and then you can clip it into your journal. All right. And then I have some felt. So this is a little carrot. I probably have like maybe a jar full, so about maybe 10 or 12 more of these little carrots, and they're made of felt. They have double-sided puffy tape on the back of it, so you can easily use this as a topper. It already has its own little topper. And then I have these little butterfly buttons as well. So again, these are the 3D raised I guess tag tabs or toppers that I'll be using in this process. So let's just make a washi tag. Let's do it. And for my washi tag, here, I'll zoom you guys back out so you get the full picture of my crazy desk. And all I've done was I took some of this Tim Holtz paper. This is Ranger Distress Collection Tim Holtz paper, and I just used my largest washi that I have. I have a 3-inch washi, whoops, and I have like a 4-inch washi, which is down here. And most tags are usually 3 or 4 inches, or larger. You can get a 5-inch tag even. I believe this is about 5 inches, and this one's even 6 inches almost. 5.5 inches. So yeah, I mean, you can make a tag about any size that you really want. It doesn't really matter. There's no real rules to making a tag. I think anything bigger than 6 is now starting to look like a bookmark, right? So if your tag is about 7 or 8 inches long, then it's definitely the size of your journal, and it can be considered a bookmark. I'm gonna bring in the big marigold here. This is my giant paper chomper guillotine, and I'm just going to cut these down right on the edge of where I left off, or where the washi left off. There we have it. And now these will become tags. I will chop these up and use my little tag corner creators and make tags out of that. And then I'll do the same thing here, just putting it right on the edge of the washi that I have already glued down. So by the time you see this video, you would have already seen the video for glue everywhere, right? So I went through all of my glues, did a little video for you guys, and showed you what glues I'm using primarily in my craft room to glue down washi. Like, washi already comes with adhesive. It's washi, so it's removable tape basically. And I always tend to add just a little bit more glue on the backs of my washi, just so, because who knows, like, washi can be sitting in a warehouse for 100 years before you get it. I always just add just a little bit of glue stick on the back side of my washis, and that's what I done here. I just glued down I just added some glue stick directly to the paper, and then put the washi right on top of that and smooth it out nice and smooth. So yeah, that's another good use for the washable glue sticks, because it's not like you need a permanent hold. Why waste Scotch Create you know, glue stick permanent glue on something like washi, which already has its own adhesive. I use these Avery glues, which is a washable acid-free glue stick for that purpose. And again, I'm just going to go ahead and cut this down right on that line where the washi ended. Trying to get it straight. All right, so here are my my strips that I'll be using, and this is just some scrap. I'll put that in my scrap box to use it later. And now I'm gonna bring in my, oh, you know what I can use? If I can find it. All right, so the other day at the Goodwill, I found that square We Are Memory Keepers square punch. Let me see if I can find it. It's somewhere in my room. All right, I'll look for it on my next break and bring it out to make some of these tags, because I think that'll be perfect for like these 4-inchers, this 4-inch washi. I can get some really nice rectangles chomped through with that cutting board or whatever that is, a punch. So for these, I'm just going to use, oh, you know what else? I also have this guy, which is something that I picked up at a Goodwill store, and it's a tag creator or a tag maker or a tag punch or whatever. So yeah, I can simply just punch tabs right on here like this. So let's just do one. I'm gonna flip it over so I can see exactly what I'm punching, and that's how I normally do it to make sure that I'm getting all of the punch as well as not wasting any paper. And then you have that. See, I got it like really close to the edge. It just chomped it directly off, right? And it still rounded all my corners because it fit all of it fit into the opening for that punch. So yeah, I'll just remove the excess. Again, I just line that up right where I left off on the paper. And again, not wasting almost any of it, right? There's nothing else in there. It's just at the bottom that the this punch is not exactly 3 inches. So these end up being 2 and, what is that? 2 and a half, 2 3/4 almost in size. All right, so those are my 2 tags for this week. Already done. All right, let's grab a different shape tag. And I also have this guy. And I will find that punch because I like it. So to make this one, you're going to have to cut your paper exactly to the shape that it provides here, or the size that it provides here. You can make a 1.5 inch tag, a 2 inch tag, or a 2.5 inch tag. I like 2.5 inch tags. They're nice and wide, and you know, you can use them either as just regular tags, or you can use them as journaling space, what have you. I'm just going to use my little ruler right here and mark my 2.5 inch mark, which is about there. And I'm just going to, or let me just grab my little tiny guillotine. Nothing is really where I left it. I just feel like I'm searching for stuff. All right, so I'm just gonna cut this down 2.5 inches right there. And then this should fit directly into here. It's a little shorty. Make sure I push it all the way in. Yeah, now I have this little shorty of a tag. Not quite what I expected, but it's still a tag. I don't know if I'll count that one. Wasn't really happy with the way that one came out, so I'm going to go back to my original plan, and I'll do, let's do a 2.5 inch right here, and then I will use my little tag creator, which happens to be a card, a gift card of sorts. And this one's a little wide, so I can use a much wider angle. Let's try this angle. I'll try this angle. It's just playing with it, right? Until you get the look that you want. So I'm just going to try this angle right here. Yeah, this one is still not too shabby, still a little wide. I think once I punch my holes in them, then I'll start to see, you know, the real shape that I really want. So I still have plenty of this left over. I can continue making washi tags. I'm just going to flip it over so I don't see what I'm cutting off. Again, I'm going to do, let's do a 2-inch tag this time. So a much smaller tag. And again, I'll just use this guy right here to make my tag corners. And I think I showed you guys how I made this. You just grab an old gift card. This is from, I think it's a wine club in New Mexico. Random, right? So yeah, I belong to a wine club in New Mexico. I just took the card and cut off different angles all over it. Just random, like no rhyme or reason. Here's another one. This was a gift certificate or a gift card from Victoria's Secret. And yeah, I just cut a bunch of random angles. So you notice none of these angles are the same on both of these cards. They're all different. And I have a couple of these laying around the room, so I just grab one and make tags with it. So this right here has sort of a sort of a stubby angle on there. You can just place your gift card on there and change the angle completely, or deepen the angle. If you're not happy with the way that looks, just change it. And if you're still not happy with the way this looks, then just grab another one and make some more. Alright, so here we go. I'm just going to do the same thing. This time I'm going to do 2 1/4 inch. I'm getting to the size that I really like, and eventually this will also work out. I'll get to the shape of the tag that I'm really liking, and then we'll just mass produce it. So I'm going to cut that side, and I will cut this side, and then see what that looks like. Not bad. I kind of like these two. They're almost the same size. One's a 2 inch, one's 2 1/4 inch. And then I still have this piece of washi paper left. I have this little tiny shorty guy. I'm not really happy about him, but I can still use him as you know, journaling space on the back. And then I have these two guys right here, which I punched with the tag punch that I picked up at the Goodwill. So yeah, I think I'll use these right here. This one's a little wide. Let's see if I can change the angle of so I have 3 tags. I still have one more that I can chomp down. Let's do this. Sure. Okay, so I did a 2 inch on this one. And what else do I have that I can possibly try? Let's try these little stubby corners right here. Okay, get in place. Okay, all right. So yeah, yep, that's fine. So I have these 4 tags right here that I can easily use as my challenge this week. And then just grab one of these. Let's do a clothespin. Yep, I can do a clothespin. I'm going to grab some, let's do some Fabrifix glue. And I'm just going to put a small bead of glue right on the back side of my little clothespin right there, and then glue it to the center of my tag. And then this will be a cute little topper that can easily be just attached to your junk journal. So I'm going to leave that to dry because it looks like a good bit of glue got on there. The other ones, I'm going to grab my crocodile and then put an eyelet in here. So I'm going to flip it over, try to centrally mark the center, and put a 3/16 of an inch hole through it. Sort of centrally, right? And then I'll grab an eyelet. Ooh, I can use a colored eyelet because this has some pretty colors on there. Let's grab a colored eyelet. It's really close to the red spot. It's right on the green, right? That looks super cute. I could even put a purple eyelet on there. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get a purple eyelet. And then I'm just going to slide my Crocodile 2 chomper up to the front and squash that purple eyelet in place. Oh, look how cute that came out, right? So there's 2 tags already done. Yeah, I got one over here that's drying, and here's my other one with a purple eyelet. So let me just take a look at my notes and see if I'm even following my own master plan here. So yes, I'm doing a washi, and I have washi on here, washi stickers. So I'm doing a washi tag. I can even stamp on these because yeah, I can put a stamp on here. It has some stamping already on it, but I used a clothespin on one and I used an eyelet on the other. So yeah, I guess I'm kind of following the rules of my own challenge. And yeah, so I'll just go through and continue doing this. Let's find another one. This, I'm going to use a ribbon topper on it. And the ribbon toppers for me are so simple. You just grab some ribbon, right? A good bit of it, maybe an inch, inch and a half. Put a little bit of glue on both sides and then stick your little tag right in there. Boom, done. Oh God, this is too easy. All right, let's see. And for my 4th, this will be my 4th tag. Is this the 4th one? 1, 2, 3. I guess this is the 4th one. Let's see. For the 4th one, I'm going to put let's put a button on here. I'm gonna grab this little butterfly button and put it right up here. Again, Fabrifix. There, all 4 of my tags are done. So that's basically what I'll be doing in this process. It's just mass making tags to go into your journaling spaces. And yeah, all right guys, so simple. All right, I'm gonna leave you right here. I hope you guys have a super crafty day. Check out my links down below. It really means a lot to me if you guys would use my links to shop on Amazon for the items that I picked specifically for you guys. And don't forget to hit the bell for notifications after you subscribe to the channel. And I appreciate each and every one of you who have subscribed, and leave comments, guys. I really do love interacting with you guys. So yeah, I'm gonna leave you right here. Hope you guys do something wonderful. Stay naturally curious, and I'll definitely talk to you guys in the next video. Alrighty, bye.